God.
Hi, we're back.
Hopefully.
Can you see
good.
us? Can you
I
hear us?
apologize. Our internet broke, and I fixed it.
And I
so we should be
changed.
good now.
Did
But we had to have a
call?
whole new stream that was set up. So
Yeah, it's always fun when that
yeah,
happens.
like the olden
Yeah.
days. We need to start
We're
selling
back
that
always.
mug. The mug that says
Dude,
this
yeah.
mug will likely have technical difficulties.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Why
we
aren't we
need that.
doing that already?
I don't know. All right, so I don't know what got cut off.
Here, I can give you
You were
my
explaining
I can give
the
you my cliff
houses.
notes.
We're live, Jordan.
You were explaining the houses. House Drix support the advancement of science and magic. Has many schools in Kizé. They are mostly dragonborn.
Yes.
House Thistletop are halflings far outside the city. They bring in farming goods to the hobbits. House Fulgor are forest gnomes. They watch the roads and keep track of everyone.
enters
House
and exits the
Silver
city.
Thread
Yes.
Gnomes that build machines are the backbone of invention and architecture in the city.
Yes.
What was the gnome type?
Um,
I don't.
Oh,
Rock
for a
gnomes.
silver thread.
Silver
Rock
thread
gnomes.
and rock gnomes.
Thank you.
And they
folklore are forests.
Yeah.
and the House Silverthread was founded by one of the city's founders. His name was Archaeus Silverthread, and he lets you know that like back then the island itself used to have strange properties and made people insane whenever they stepped onto the very stone. Some of the original people who tried to build the city here on the meteor were built these structures here, and he points down at the Stonehenge. I see you.
No, Phelan is doing that around like Cardis. He's like shoulder just like.
Yeah. And built
gonna
these.
have
They
them.
seem to have some great importance, but Archaeus Silverthread was able to use the power that came from this meteor to power the city. But that power ran out hundreds of years ago, and now we run on an artificial power source.
I see.
Yes, you have a question?
Have you met Phelan?
No. It's good to meet you, Phelan.
You said it turned people insane. It doesn't do that
Oh,
anymore.
those were the stories. It had to have been 600 to 700 years ago.
Have you guys ever worried it would do it again?
No. Not particularly.
That thought hadn't passed on.
Who knows if those stories are even true? They say that they built these down here. It's a academic study. In fact, I'm having my students write a paper on it currently on the reason for these here buildings. What is their purpose? Do they have a purpose? Did those people actually build them, or are they just here to add history to our city?
I don't think you guys are focused on the whole turning people insane thing a little bit more. Just
Well, there hasn't been a problem in a long time.
There are 6 more houses.
Oh yes, House Gulkin, human, primarily human. All of the houses originated from people who lived in Kinsova. Once the Kinsovan Dominion was created, a lot of the houses were brought together from all of the different races to have jobs and things to do in the city. So much of the original people of Kizé and the houses are human. There are 3 different human houses. One of them being House Gulkin, who founded the city's banks and economy, and they work with all of the coins and debt. They weren't always the keepers of the coin. In fact, House Thelagon originally, only about 2 years ago, was the house who handled all of the coin, and they incited their rebellion against the Kinsovan
I'm sorry, you
Dominion.
said 2 years ago?
About 2 years ago, yes. Unless that timeline doesn't match up and Jacob's forgetting. How long ago should it have been? 6 months? Sooner? Quicker? When?
I thought it was like 5 years.
5 years?
He's been aware of
10
Thelagon
years?
being a problem, and it's been 15, 20 years for him.
I don't know when I mentioned that, but that's too long.
Got it, that's what I'm saying.
We'll figure this out later.
I'm
At
pretty
most
sure,
2 years.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's what. So
Yeah, I know. That's why it had to have been at least 2 years.
yeah.
So, anyways, it says that it was unfortunate. There are a few dwarves that still live in the city, but many of them went back to Thelagon and proclaimed war on
Maybe
the
that's
free
why-
people of the Kinsovan Dominion.
That's probably
Real
what
tragedy.
I got confused about, was just hearing 2 Thelegons, and I'm like,
Okay,
huh?
Thelagon.
There's 2 of them now.
Oh yes, they're no longer a house though. So and that the responsibilities of that was given to House Gulkin. House Urwin, one of the oldest houses in the city, take care of production, trade, and citizenship.
And they are.
Primarily human. And the third human house, House Amyth, which is Aemyth.
A-M-Y-T.
Aemyth.
Fuck. I knew it.
House Amyth handles all of the churches, places of worship, and holidays.
She's super
And
distracting,
holidays?
sir.
And holidays.
It's important.
Jacob,
Yes.
the man in pajamas that visited Cardon in that port city, was he a human?
Yes.
Okay.
The pajama man.
Oh, House Yerwin also does all of the mail.
Huh. They're not helpful at all.
Also male.
Shut up.
Also
Ironically,
the mailman.
they're ran by a female.
Primarily and only elven house of the entire city, House Sylvanus. They provide all of the parks, groundskeeping, and arts, and museums.
And
Sorry, they provide what?
They do all of the groundskeeping, and all of the arts and museums.
Is that 10? 1, 2.
we need 2 more, I think.
I have 9.
Ah,
I wrote
2,
Thelagon down
3,
as 1.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Thelagon isn't a house, though. Do they count?
Nope.
So there were 11.
There were 12.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Okay.
There's currently 10. So you've got Thistletop, Folkworth, Silverthread, Gulkin, Yerwin, Amith, Sylvanus, and then he also says, House Drix, and then House Greshk. They are primarily Goblinkin, and they are the army, the guards, scouts, and military. They keep order in the city. The final house, which I cannot give you any details on, as I do not have any details on them, is House Vilas. Vilas.
VI.
Their production in the city is completely forbidden except for those who are inside of the house. I do not know what they do. All I know is that they are primarily tieflings.
We've heard that name before, haven't we?
The other house that operated within forbidden territories was House Bane, primarily orcs. But they left the city,
You're right.
made their way north
That was his nickname, wasn't
into the Badlands.
it?
What? What?
Nothing. Grace and I are having a little
what?
grumpy mood over here is what
Okay.
it is.
And it was House Bane.
House Bane, they don't exist anymore.
Okay.
Oh.
Nobody knows why. They all left.
They blew themselves up.
Oops.
There are very few orcs in the city of Kizé.
Okay. That was a lot of info.
Mm-hmm. So you've got Thistletop, Folkcore, Silverthread, Gulkin, Yerwin, Amith, Sylvanus, Vilas, Drix, and Greshk.
And
And
okay.
Thelagon and Bane, but they're no longer houses.
Thelagon and Bane, but they're no longer houses, which is why I have them at the bottom of my list. Okay.
My notes are very confusing, and that we're just going to settle with that.
All right. I will need some time to process all of that.
No worries. But House Drix is in the southern part of the city. The Atrium is our place of study, where all of our knowledge is kept, and where we perform our experiments, and where many of our schools are located as well.
All right, Jacob, I have a question.
Yeah.
He just said southern. Leviol told me that the atrium was on the eastern side of the city.
The eastern, that's what I meant.
Okay.
I meant to say. You fucking mosquito eater. Get out of here. Hate him.
Was there anything?
Sit in the corner. All right.
Mail.
Okay.
Aw.
This is a lot. Does each house have its own? I guess it would. Each house have its own location where it primarily stays.
Yes, each has a bit of the corner of the city carved out.
Interesting. Thank you.
Yes, you can make your way into any single one of them. Oh, House Sylvanus is in the center, of course.
Of course.
Big tree. Makes
Yes.
sense.
Do not make your way to the southern side of the city.
Is
It's
that
where House Vilas. No one is allowed in or out.
I see.
I want to go.
Are there people?
Actually,
I
some
knew.
people aren't allowed out. Just kidding. Some
Are
people just
there-
aren't allowed in.
Are there those stationed to make sure we don't wander in there by accident?
You can wander in on accident. It's walled off.
So,
Okay.
The only way in is a couple of airships
I
that fly
see.
in and out.
so if you were tiefling, would you just get an automatic pass in?
No.
You need to be part of the house.
Yes.
I see.
It's a couple of families pretty tightly knit. Occasionally they take on newer members, but I have no idea how one would possibly get in. And it's not my business to know.
Grace probably has a thought. I don't like it.
I see. It is appreciated.
Of course. And, of course, citizens of the city, just because they are a dragonborn does not mean they are of House Drix. Just because they're a tiefling does not mean they are of House Violet.
I see.
It just so happens that these houses are made up of these people.
I see. I will.
There were once people, a group of settlers in these lands that lived off the land. Until the government and the dominion of Kinzova brought them together to create the city. And thus they built this place. And back in the early days, and he starts rambling on about the history of the city.
Unfortunately, I must procure a place to stay as
Oh,
not
yeah,
my home.
of course.
But I may visit the Atrium in the future.
We'll look forward to seeing you there.
Thank you.
We're allowed to go. I'll save
So have you just been there?
In the back.
I say that. Okay. I say I'm probably have been keeping around the area, but I haven't been close enough to even really hear what they were saying. But just kind of keep making. I'm.
There he goes.
Okay. Apparently we've been live for 11 seconds,
Oh,
which is obviously not accurate. Okay, we're back.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like we're back.
Sorry, stream.
Can you do the speed test again?
Yeah. I swear it's the AT&T fiber thing. It just like decides to cut out sometimes for no
Mhm.
reason for like
Yeah.
a second. Cause like this is insanely fast.
That's so dumb.
Yeah, that's insanely fast internet.
It's
So
weird.
we'll have to figure that out.
How long ago did it cut out?
Yeah, guys, what was the last thing you guys heard? Because I don't exactly know. It's been you guys were talking for a little while they were starting to say.
If it fails again, we may just have to switch to just YouTube or Twitch for the rest of the stream and see if that fixes it.
We'll see.
Oh, somebody says Lilia was, and that's where it cut out.
Okay.
Oh, what was
Oh.
Lelia doing?
Oh, Lilia was guarding, looking out for guards, and then like a pair of 10 guards who were goblins made their way down, surrounding a single noble who walked down into the museum area, around and then out.
Oh.
And we are going to the first floor.
Okay, you guys go over towards an elevator. You're brought down to the first floor. There's like people, crowds walking around, going from place to
We're
place.
gonna stop to wait for, like, Bailey will stop and, like, wait for Lilia.
She'll catch up. And I think at this point, especially, so it lasts about an hour. So at this point, like maybe like getting into it, the probably the disguise would drop.
That was a lot.
He didn't stop.
No.
Yeah, it seemed like he was.
It was
talking
some
a lot
good
with you guys.
stuff to know, but he wouldn't stop talking.
What was he talking about with you guys?
Everything
I learned
the
about all
city.
the houses,
Ah,
which actually is probably very good to know.
yeah, I would assume so. This to know how the city works.
Yes.
Anything stuck out to you guys?
There are tieflings here that make up a house, and apparently nobody is allowed in or out unless they're part of the house.
Every family has a role, but nobody knows what that
Nobody knows
family
what theirs
does,
is.
Well, that's suspicious.
which is the odd part.
Yeah.
On
That throws up some red flags to me.
on top of that, every house has a part of the city, which means we should probably avoid the part of the city that the guards own.
Also, the South,
Really good
so
idea.
don't let Kurt or Lamarcia know. I feel like they would try to do something about that.
Yeah, but yeah. Okay.
I wonder, though, how they knew where we were.
We knew who
Like
the
the
guards.
guards. Yes.
Lamarcia does stick out a bit.
Yes, but the guards would have had to
Holds
have
kinda
been.
do.
Someone would have had to tell the guards hey, this person who has a bounty on their head is in this tavern.
It was
They
a big
burst
bounty.
in looking for us.
I would assume probably they got the information from me, Doc. They immediately knew who
They knew
Monster
who we.
was.
I guess
So they
could
could
ask
immediately just
around.
hand it over to the guards and just let the
I
guards
guess
deal
they.
with
I
it.
guess they could ask around. And someone
Yeah.
saw them come in. It just
Yeah.
seems really convenient. We weren't here for more than an hour.
Should we go to the ship or should we find something else? I don't know where Kurt went.
I think being on the ship is a very bad idea.
I kind of
It
agree.
makes us a sitting duck.
Do we know where anyone is?
No, but if it's Kurt, we could probably check the taverns.
There's a lot of taverns here, though. It's a big place.
Yeah.
I don't want to walk around the entire city looking at every single tavern.
Well, it would be stupid of them to stick on the second level.
So they're probably
They
down
can't be on
here.
the third. So at least it
Yeah.
narrows down.
Let me
Um,
trip something for a second. No, I can't really. I can't bring Asphodel back and ask him to find them because he wouldn't know any more than I would.
Hmm.
So.
Well,
Helpful.
perhaps we check as we walk. If we see a tavern, we'll stop at it.
I guess we can head back towards the docks.
Towards the ship.
Yeah. Well,
Cool.
If you find a place that you think would sell
Jacob.
some like charcoal and incense and stuff, I would like that, so I can try and bring Asphodel back.
It would
at
probably
some
be
point.
good to let you know. We're not just like standing at the elevator saying this. We're probably like
Walking.
Yeah.
wandering around.
Okay. As you guys
Um,
are walking through the streets, you see there are like a couple of kids. They're very clearly like street urchins, and they like wander around. And they look up and they see you guys, and they kind of whisper to one another, and they kind of nod, and they kind of giggle and run off. And you guys are kind of like talking, and as you continue moving along, you like duck as you see like one of those dragonborn flying without wings right over your head and like goes around a corner. You guys and continue to
Flight
walk
risk.
through the city. Yeah.
This place is dangerous.
Well, we're gonna walk towards the ship, but stop at taverns along the way. In
Okay.
hopes of fighting Kurt, perhaps.
And if it seems to be a shop that could sell charcoal, incense, and herbs to bring enough that I could bring back Asphodel because I need that.
You find an alchemy supply shop. You can
Okay.
go inside. You can buy these things
Okay.
and be good.
I'll drop the 10 gold.
Cool. Lamarcia, you watch the ship sinks into the ocean. You turn, and as you begin to walk back over into the city, a bird flies straight at you.
Oh shit.
It's flying, and it kind of like stops right in front of you, and it's like waiting. It lands on your hand, and you watch as it turns and it looks at you, and its mouth opens and it says, "Stephanie Duchamp is playing at the Golden Glaive." And it flies up in the air and flies up.
Where the fuck is the golden glaive? I follow the bird.
You follow the bird?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to.
You would have to run to follow the bird.
Okay. I'm gonna try to find the golden glaive. I'll ask someone where it is.
Yeah, right down the road. You turn, you go down the
right
road,
over there,
you look over,
Fucking
you
right
see
there.
Cardos, Lelia, and Phelan walking on the street. I know. You see them, like Lelia comes out of like a shop and she's like got a bag of stuff.
Oh look.
Are
No,
you-
that's random citizen
look.
number 4.
Oh, really?
Exactly.
Well-
I was going to ask, are you different again?
Because I thought that you said that
Are
yours
you
had
still
worn
disguised?
So
Well,
did-
I have.
It only
It's not
lasts an hour.
concentration. Yeah, it only lasts an hour, and it's not concentration.
You are still disguised.
Okay, no, I'm still disguised.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
You see Phelan and Cardos interacting with a strange woman.
Lamarcia would walk over.
Okay.
Hi guys.
And
Wait, you?
you would be?
Me, your favorite captain, you know. Lamarcia. I know where Kurt is. And probably the plant. Stibbles. Yeah.
Maybe
you're ready.
mention.
I like that.
They're in that building right there.
Oh.
You guys see a tavern. There's like people walking in front of it from left to right, and you see it's like gray building, wooden tavern, gray building.
I wonder which one the tavern is.
Do Do you think they've ever been to a tavern? Because it doesn't look like a tavern. It looks like somebody trying. After
Trying to
somebody
be a tavern?
explained what a tavern was to them.
I was told that that's a tavern.
Hmm.
Also,
I-
I think someone's framing me for something.
Yeah,
We
We can
was,
talk about it in
Piracy?
there.
I was a little.
No, I did do that one.
I was confused.
Bounty's
that
very
people
high.
knew where we were as well.
Maybe not do this,
Yeah, we might want to do this.
inside.
Going inside?
Yeah.
With maybe Kurt present.
Kurt's probably going to be performing.
Guys, head inside.
They are performing as Stephanie Duchamp.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is definitely not what Kurt is performing.
Well,
No.
what the fuck is Kurt performing?
Like Rebel Girl by Bikini Kill.
Yeah, I wish I could play that.
Just saying.
Copyright strikes.
Well, just, think about
I will
what,
th- I will imagine.
what a 90s girl punk rock feminist group sounds like. And
Of
that's
course.
probably what Kurt's doing right now.
All right.
We need it to be flickering. I'm kidding.
Yeah, we need
Please,
to flicker.
no.
You guys enter the
Strobe light.
tavern, and as you make your way inside, you see sitting in the corner is Kurt on a lone stool playing music with Stibbles Jr. on the bongos.
Oh, he learned.
Probably
Is
not
he
very
in
well.
like beat?
No.
I imagine that whatever Stibbles
Yes,
is playing, Kurt is probably...
you're just playing
Right.
to
I
it.
imagine the cart's like, all right, Stibbles Jr., you're on the bongos.
Just
and then
hit it, and I
literally
will-
the second that it starts, you realize how bad this is, and you're like, all right, it's a jazz number now.
Yeah. It's a jazz odyssey. Okay.
It's going from what you described as, punk and all that. It's like a weird jazz take on it, perhaps.
Yeah.
A half-elven woman with curled white hair and black eyes walks over towards you, and like her eyes are completely black.
That's rad.
Yeah,
That's
she walks over and
wacky.
says, "Hi, welcome to the Golden Glade. Would you like a seat?
Yes.
You want to
Sure.
at the." She looks at you and she says, "Don't worry, I can see like everybody else."
Why? How? How?
No, look, I'm not making fun of you for your weird eyes, so let's not have that back and forth, okay? Do you want to sit somewhere? Do you want to sit at the bar? Or you can turn around and make your way down the road somewhere else. If you want.
There will be no sass in this restaurant.
I will.
Only from
I will
her.
accept the seat.
Okay, all right. She walks you guys over, sits you down at a table. She doesn't have menus, and she just said,
concerned.
"Drinks, food. What would you like?"
Just ate.
Rum.
We've got deep fried potato wedges and a bread bowl.
I want both.
Chicken
Glass of
finger.
wine. Thank you.
I
You
would.
got it.
both and rum.
I don't want the wine, but I would. That sounds good. The food though.
All right, okay,
I've
you
never
got it.
tried that.
Both of those and rum.
I'll have. Do you have like apple cider?
She says, "In fact, we do have apple cider. I'll bring you some apple- Lelia's new favorite drink."
I imagine she had that a lot as a kid. Honestly.
Sparkling apple cider that
Yeah,
you get
it's
as
like
a child, and
sparkling,
you're
yeah.
like,
Yo.
fancy.
Oh, yeah,
Brings
it's
that up,
like-
Yes,
It's
exactly.
entirely possible they wouldn't recognize Kurt.
Oh yeah.
That's everybody. Roll insight.
insight on.
Actually,
Roll deception with advantage.
I got a natural 20.
It makes sense. Phelan's like, "That's Kurt."
Natural
28.
20.
Oh, add your modifier.
Add your
oh,
modifier.
well,
23.
yeah,
I
no.
rolled a 5.
Much higher than 20.
Holy shit.
I got like a
Let's see.
21.
15.
I rolled a 5.
Stibbles
27.
Jr.'s playing with a complete stranger. You walk in and he's just playing bongos with somebody you've never seen before.
All right, well,
Phelan's
Kurt
gonna,
succeeded
go
well.
over to Stibbles Jr.
Huh? Stibbles Jr.?
What are you doing with a stranger?
Stibbles Jr.
Where's Kurt?
Stibbles Jr.
Well, why are you doing that? You
Phelan,
shouldn't be
we
here.
are performing.
Stibbles Jr. Stibbles Jr.
So how different does Kurt look?
A different person.
Like
You
quite
look
literally.
up and you notice the Kraken eye and you're like, "Ah."
Kurt
gonna
would not
just
have their
take
facial hair
Stibbles by
on.
the
They'd have a
face and
different
just be like,
wig and different clothes than
Are
what
you
you
okay?
saw them in earlier.
Stibbles Jr.
And makeup.
He takes a cup of ale and he drinks
No. You're too young for that.
He's already had 2.
Oh. The bongo playing has gotten worse.
It's gotten better.
Stibbles
Oh.
He's loosened up.
Bonk.
The bonkos.
No more.
it. Stibbles Jr.
No more.
It's okay. He's gonna
Stibbles
go to sleep
Jr.
here in a little bit. It's the
Stibbles!
easiest way to get him to lay down.
I walk
Oh.
over. So
not gonna
technically,
feel good the
drunkenness
next
is a
day.
poison condition, right?
How dare you?
He
I
will
walk
learn
over to
about
Stibbles
Easily
Jr.
sober up still.
How dare you
Lesser
not let a
restoration.
toddler drink
Yeah.
rum?
Stibbles juice.
Purge
Stibbles
the
Jr., I
system.
He
think it is
removes the
time
conditions, so I would
for-
imagine he wouldn't.
You feel
have a
bad now,
hangover.
right?
I think it is time you go back to the room, Stibbles Jr.
Stibbles.
And the next time you ask for a drink,
And he barfs ale all over your shoes.
Oh.
That's what you get.
There's just ale everywhere on the ground.
Why do I try to be
Yeah.
a good person?
Gotta say that.
Stibbles Jr.
He does say that.
Well,
He actually says that out loud.
Can I ask a question? Does Carlos wear shoes?
No.
Probably not. He's a dragonborn.
He looks up at you, and his eyes are like glimmering. He goes, Stibbles Jr.
That was disgusting.
Lamarcia will cast Prestidigitation to clean up.
Carlos, there's no longer
a little
ale
snap.
all over your feet.
Fantastic.
so y'all made it.
Yeah, your bird
Yes.
nearly ran me down, but where'd you find that thing?
I can't even remember where I found it.
You didn't leave. You didn't add it in your letter, so I assumed you had it from before.
That there is okay.
Is there somewhere we can talk that's less loud and less lady with, pupils?
Oh yes, we can go to my room. Come.
I follow.
You guys walk off, and that lady.
That's it. I've been Stephanie Duchamp. You've been great.
Ah! You head off. The lady with the no eyeballs watches you
I mean,
leave, and
this
she just goes like
food.
this, and you head off.
What's
into
her
Kurt's
name?
room. Her name?
Yeah.
Mine?
I don't.
Winifred.
Did you anger Winifred? She just gave you a classic Winifred stare.
Do you know this person past today?
Well, the past couple hours, while I've been in her employ.
I was just concerned about the whole.
Did you sass Winifred?
Why was that concerning? You have
Because
the same-
mine hurt.
Oh.
Did you
Hers may
sass
hurt as
Winifred?
Well.
Well, that's what I was concerned about.
Winifred hates above all things sass. As Kurt puts the key into their room and opens the
As
door.
open it, head inside, and you are in Kurt's room.
It is. It's
It's a room.
practically a closet.
So is it like
A downgrade.
Small ass room.
Sorry.
About the size of a typical hotel room, but with only one bed.
Yeah.
Ah.
Is there like a chair in the corner that I can sit in?
Sure,
All right,
yeah.
I take the chair.
Ah. Don't worry, we'll
I
stand.
just sit like crossed legs on the floor.
All right.
Can I?
By the window then.
standing in the corner?
Watching out. It's here.
Corner.
Ah,
Creepily.
So you said you could have been
Sounds
set up?
I don't know. I just think that 100,000
Thousand.
gold pieces is a lot.
That
I
was
also-
considerably
My
more
experience.
than.
What
They,
you were
when we got
told.
here, they said 15. That sounded about right.
But they said the ship so. And then this person only asked about you.
Yeah, you see, I've never particularly angered anyone here in Kizé. The people in Sunder, dead on sight, I'm pretty sure. Most places. Whitecap does not like me.
Is there a
Goldcrest does
chance
not
that
like
you
me.
may have angered one of the houses?
What did you do?
I spoke with a
Very talkative
dragonborn
dragonborn.
who
What are the house?
Scholar.
Do you list off house names? Maybe ring a bell?
Thistletop halflings. Probably not. They live outside the city.
I
Did you
like
steal some
halflings.
food?
For 100,000 gold pieces? Not that much money.
Did you mess with
What about silver
Golden?
thread?
They're the ones in control of the economy.
Well, it was.
House Vilas? Tieflings?
I mean, they were
Like that one.
goblinoids that came for you. Is
The
it
goblins-
perhaps?
The Gre-
Well,
Goblinoids.
Gresh are the guard.
So
Yeah.
even if it wasn't them,
They're goblinkin.
Are any
They
of these
would-
names ringing a bell?
No.
No?
they would be the ones to be sent out. Every family house has
House
a purpose.
Sylvanas.
Well, they do. You've heard them before from being in Kizé, but you never really paid mind to them. You're like, oh, these are just the houses.
Velagon and Bane used to be houses as well.
Kurt,
but
roll a
one
history
left,
check.
And the other one also left.
Actually, have history.
That would,
22.
Really?
Yeah.
You recognize Gulkin.
Kurt probably knows songs of the houses.
No, of course, yes. You're like, oh, that's what all those names meant.
Yeah.
That makes sense. You recognize Gulkin,
Gulkin. And what about?
the person who wanted Kor's head. His name was Isaac Gulkin.
Oh, that name does sound familiar.
Does it?
The person who tried to, well, the person who wanted me to snitch on Kor, his last name was Gulkin.
The vampire guy?
Yeah,
is he
Isaac.
How do you know?
Kurt told me everything.
Yeah,
not? Hmm.
I wrote it down. Actually, it's pretty good. We might want to
great.
sell it.
Yeah, you
I'm
could.
very
I
proud
think-
of that.
Phelan's now like, has there
What
ever been anything that
defines
I've done that's embarrassing or could possibly be like
I just asked
something
about
that I
In-
will
how you guys
in this
know each
story,
other, what you've
yes.
done, specifically things about my brother. Haven't seen him in quite some time.
Very
so.
specific
just like
It's a little too
illustrations. You have to give the
specific.
people what they want the
It was
most.
just
I
you
don't
didn't
wanna
need to
ever
describe
think
him
about that.
the way you did.
Regardless,
That's
it
part of
doesn't
mine.
sound
I
like.
thought Philip would have quite enjoyed it.
Regardless, it doesn't sound like they would have had reason to put money on Lamarcia's head.
I don't like vampires very much, but
I don't
haven't
either.
really fought any of them.
Well, that's what I mean.
Well, what
Maybe
if
us? But
what
not
if we
you.
found this Isaac and we used him as our in? We didn't exactly leave on bad terms when
didn't we kill his mother?
we
We
did,
did,
but
he didn't stop us.
it didn't seem like he minded.
Here's
I don't
my
feel
concern.
like that's a good stand-in.
He did
for
say to come and find him.
Yes,
I
but
feel-
he also is,
a
if
vampire.
not the leader, then a member of this house.
Well, if he killed his mom, he'd
And
be the
we
leader
are
now.
very
Right.
prominently now wanted. At least Lamarcia is.
If we need an in to the upper echelons,
You have one.
Isaac Grimalkin,
Is it
Galkin.
Is it safe to do with $100,000?
Dollars.
I did what you did.
Yeah.
The 100,000
Money.
We've
gold.
transitioned to a very modern society. Everybody's
Yeah.
like, well, they don't use gold
Dollars.
here.
That's-
They probably want
Doll-
credit cards.
old saddlebacks.
My concern
Which
is
is a
I
man.
don't know that we can travel anywhere besides the first floor with that. type
Well,
of
let me
gold
put it to you
writing.
But
this
if she
way:
can turn
who
into somebody
better
else-
to hide you from a great, powerful house than another great, powerful house?
That's true.
We
What
either hide
reason-
here in the
Okay,
gutter,
well.
or we hide up in the tower.
What reason does he have to hide us?
None
He may
yet. We
just turn
haven't
us in.
talked to him, but we could.
If he wanted to see
He wants
us, I'm
something from
assuming
you.
he would. He has a reason.
He did say to come and find him. He said he had information on how to kill my father, but since we've done that already, sort of,
Well, then maybe he has information on
Where
how to
his
get
lab
to your
may
father's
be.
stuff.
Yeah.
that is what I hope. Yes.
Because he purchased things from your father?
Yeah, it was the whole situation was very it was very quick and emotional, and he sort of just disappeared.
Apparently, after Thelagon rebelled, House Galdkin became the keepers of coin. If Kinzova purchased anything from your father, they were likely the ones to.
And
it.
if
that's the
anyone's going
case-
to be able to forgive $100,000 bounty,
Where did the money
So it could be
likely
used.
come from Gulkin then? Or
Wouldn't
at least
the
the money
bounty
from
money-
whether or not the bounty is
They would have
set
been
by
the
them.
ones to be in control of it.
Yeah. So they could be the
Maybe
one
they would
denying.
be. I guess they would be the ones least likely to want to enforce it.
Maybe. I mean, even if that's the case or not, if they say that they're not going to give up that much money anymore for the bounty, even if there's still a bounty on, if it's reduced to 0 gold, would a bounty hunter even want to pick that up anymore?
The prestige.
I mean, I wouldn't.
Sure.
It is quite literally the only lead we have.
All right. Well,
We could
Let's go
also.
find him, I guess.
Can you have your little birdie?
There was also the lead that
It would take 2 days.
Oh, well.
you
gotta recharge.
seemed to create. The Atrium is where the Dragonborn, primarily scholars, they know a lot about the city. It's where I learned all of this.
Can they
Oh,
didn't
knocking
stop.
boots with that
No,
fine
I
thing
spoke
from
to
the.
a different
Oh.
Dragonborn. We had to leave.
Why would he knock
The
boots?
tavern
Doesn't-
very
doesn't Wear
quickly.
shoes.
That is
I
where
don't
she
think
is
she wears
going,
boots
though.
either.
It's sex.
Oh,
Of course.
why am I surprised?
Phelan, you could just assume that anything I say followed by a snickering grin is probably about sex.
However, the atrium is
Lelia
belongs
and
to
Lamarcia
House
at the
Drix.
same time turn back into themselves.
Mine was almost kind of a smoky
Yeah.
shadow that comes off.
Yours is like a tattoo that like shifts and then like turns back into your skin.
That's
the
kinda
atrium
unsettling.
is owned by House Drix. They're the advancers of science and magic. They may know something too.
They probably would know about the Purple Company, that is for sure.
Yes.
And they might have worked with your father.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So they may
Anything
also
else
be
then?
worth going to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, he
Well,
had
what,
an elf
okay,
with
so
him,
what
so I
if,
think it's just elf
what if
scholars.
you guys go and talk to dragon scholars, and I attempt
By
to find.
yourself?
Well, I am not wanted for 100,000 gold pieces. In fact, I could probably just disguise. We could beat your face for the gods, and then we could just, we could sneak in. It'd be like a real fun game.
I don't
Sounds
think
like fun.
it's good to split up here.
I don't know.
I could make up all of you, and we could all go together.
Which place would we go first?
Anywhere. I
don't
mean,
mind.
it's going to take an hour or two to.
We might
probably
need 2
do all
days
of-
to get your
I have-
bird
True.
back.
I have been invited by 2 separate Dragonborn to visit the atrium.
Ooh, invited. Yes,
Brought
I
them
like the
back.
Not in that
sound
way.
of that. Well, I mean, with limited vision, not yet.
I would
What-
prefer my
what way?
vision be limited in this scenario.
What were you talking about?
I mean, what time is it?
6 to 7 p.m. It's going to be sunset soon.
So we are not going anywhere for the time being.
No.
Wait, what month is it? October?
Yeah.
November.
No,
It's
it's
November.
November.
It is sunset.
Yeah.
So
Dark.
in the morning, we should sleep it off, and in the morning maybe go visit these these scholars.
Yes.
See what they have to see.
You guys don't have a very good track record with scholars.
In our defense, we got kicked out of the school because we stopped
We did the right
the
thing.
one guy and
Yeah,
caused a
yeah,
lot of
yeah.
problems.
It's true. He wanted to take over the school forcefully.
Ah,
So-
yeah, I know. I just,
It's weird that you know it.
It's in the book.
it's, yeah. You guys should read the book. Very
It's
nice.
really
Well,
good.
I mean, I live,
We
You
did
lived
live it.
through it.
and it sounds like there's some stuff that I really wouldn't want to read, especially
Yeah.
in regards to.
I had to skip a page or two about my brother. It was-
You said there is
I-
no detail
It's in
too
his head
small.
now.
I
I
did
I
say
believe
that.
was your exact.
I'm
I
going to
didn't
go
need
get
to know about
another
the
room.
bathhouse thing
There
with
is
my
only
brother.
one
You could have just said we go.
It's
we went to a
integral to
bathhouse.
the
and-
story. I mean, yes,
Are there-
you
is there-
know,
is
but
there like
other
a
readers
mass
wouldn't know
bed?
that.
Bedroom
Well,
table?
Context.
She'll hand the
Um,
book back.
Or
You
is it
sell
just
that. thing.
one. They're all one beds.
They're the most. They have 3 beds, 3 rooms with 1 bed, and 2 rooms with 2 beds.
Lamarcia pulls up, just sits in the chair and kind of angles herself.
Okay.
Goes to sleep.
And just
Does
meditates.
anyone
Yeah.
else want to not sleep in this room? Okay. Let's get the. I'll get the 3-bed one. We're not.
There's only rooms with 2 beds.
Is it,
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said.
There's
oh, there's
3
oh,
rooms.
Yes,
3
3
rooms
rooms
with
with
1
2
bed,
beds.
2 rooms with 2 beds.
Ah,
I'd better off sleeping on the floor anyways. I'm fine.
One of the 2 bedrooms is 4 gold
We'll
pieces.
get 4 gold pieces.
All right, 4 gold pieces. You get a bed, you get a bed, you get the floor.
Yes.
And you guys go in there and
He's okay with it.
I mean, it's like 6 p.m. So like you guys have a couple of hours before you go to sleep.
give him a
So
little
what are you guys
pillow.
doing during that time?
Trying to get cat hair off my face.
How have we managed to split the party into Lamarcia and Kurt and then the 3 of us?
can I teach Stibbles
Sex?
Jr. sign language?
And
Oh, not
non-sex.
Oh,
What
interesting.
What about?
Mm-hmm.
Like, she doesn't know. I wouldn't say she knows thieves can't, but I would think that she probably knows like some of like the tapping or like hand gestures that mean things. Could I try to
Almost like
teach
your
that to
own
Stibbles Jr.?
Sure. What do you try to teach him?
Things that would be good in like a situation like we had today, like get down, be quiet, get to the door, that type
He's
of
like
thing.
Stibbles Jr.
And then I'll also try to explain to him a hand gesture that means I don't understand.
So that's the first thing you do.
Yeah.
Is you try to teach him what is it? What is I don't understand?
Yeah,
Just this?
just this.
And
Like,
yeah, I mean, you say, okay, you do this, and it's like, I don't understand.
I
He
don't
goes, Stibbles Jr. And he learns it. He's
Okay.
Stibbles Jr.
He
And then-
learns how to tell
Stibbles-
people he doesn't
Stibbles.
understand.
Stib.
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 It's new. Good.
Stib.
Good.
That's all he's gonna say.
I'm just gonna give him positive reinforcement every time he says something new or learns a gesture. Good job. Even better. And then she'll move on to other gestures.
Like what?
Like get down. Like they would probably be just that.
Stibbles?
Get down.
Stibbles?
And then she'll get down as she does it.
Stibbles? Stibbles.
Get down.
J- Stibbles Jr.
Oh, confused him. Okay, and then I need to teach him a word for like reset, like go back.
Rewind.
So this.
Yeah, this is just reset. Everything's gone.
Stibby.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Stibby.
Good job.
Stibble.
Give him a pat.
Stibble.
I like how his entire vocabulary is just different versions of Stibbles Jr.
And then she'll just, all right. And then she'll like get down and be like, this means get down. Okay. And then you do it too. Get down. Good. And then she'll try to also teach him. Oh, she'll get down.
Stibbles.
Okay. And then she'll try to teach him everyone's names and to learn to go to that person. She'll get down.
Stibbles.
She'll stay down. Oh,
Stibbles.
that means to get down. You gotta give him the. Yep.
Stibbles.
Gotta give it to him.
Stibbles Jr.
Oh no, he has
And-
power.
Stibbles Jr.
This is gonna be fantastic when he comes
And
to
then-
us and is like,
We have no idea.
we have no
She'll
idea.
try to come up with like a gesture for each member of the party.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so here's what
that-
it is. You ready?
Yeah.
Cardos,
Cardos, okay.
Phelan,
Phelan, 2 swings, good.
Lelia,
Yeah.
Kurt,
Kurt. Is mine gun?
and Lamarcia.
Why does Stibbles know that motion? Why does Stibbles Jr. know that motion?
He read the book.
Exactly. Phelan's just like, I'm never letting you hear him again.
And it turns and he goes,
Lamar, still get down.
Stibbles
We
Jr.
taught him too
Good.
much.
Good.
Stibbles,
You don't need words. You have gestures.
Stibbles Jr.
Hey.
This would be a good
Reset.
time to ask Lamarcia to teach me.
We good?
Stibbles Jr.
Okay. I need a gesture for Stibbles. What is Stibbles' gesture?
Stibbles.
Yeah, pat. That means Stibbles.
Stibbles Jr.
Can Kurt attempt
good?
to teach Stibbles thieves' cant?
Oh god.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
so in aiding this, Kurt has been watching,
Mm-hmm.
and then Kurt starts to be like, well, we could actually try, and
Yeah.
starts like,
Because you actually know thieves can't, right? Okay, yeah. Lamarcia doesn't. She's just like, this is like basic stuff she knows. So
Yeah.
She's just trying to teach it to him.
so Kurt starts to supplement Lamarcia's teaching with thieves' cant, so that there's
Baby girl.
personalized.
Do you know what's great? My in-universe explanation as to why Kurt knows thieves can't suddenly is you just found a book on it, studied it on the ship, now you know it.
Yep.
Cool. So Stibbles learns what?
Weird thieves can't.
Pirate can't.
Parrot can't.
Kurt can't.
Probably everything in the room, so like bed, door,
Yeah.
light.
All the weird names for those.
Mhm.
Okay, so he's like Stibbles Jr. He goes,
Okay. Okay, reset. Good. Stibbles good. Okay. Oh, one more time. Slower.
Bed.
Bed. Okay.
Door.
Stibbles learns bed and door, and that's all he can do.
Okay.
So he gets what he gets for the night.
Stibbles go to bed. good? And she'll like make him like a little pallet in the floor with a blanket and a pillow.
He goes, stis.
Good.
What?
He lays down and immediately falls asleep.
What does that mean?
Lemarcia will go to the chair and also go to bed.
What
What
is
does the three of you do?
It's like 6 p.m. Fan's like, oh, I could use this time to learn.
The three of you are like, my God, we left Kurt and Lamarcia and there were Stibbles. What could possibly be
I'm
happening?
gonna teach him sex.
Oh,
Bed.
Yeah.
I mean, part of it, it's no big deal.
They're just gonna get angry that Stibbles Jr. knows this. And they're like, what did Kurt teach you?
It's more like, what did Kurt
I think
do
Stibbles
around
did it
Stibbles
without-
Jr.?
Stibbles Jr. did it without Lamarcia's. Like,
He came up with them. It's his own thing.
God, that's the worst part. I was gonna ask Marcia to teach me how to speak Infernal. Or Starfleet?
Grung? What did you say?
Infernal.
Grung?
Yes, frog speech.
Abyssal.
I want to learn how to talk.
Abyssal, thank you. I was like, which one is it? I can't remember off the
I
top
know
of my
that. I know the demon one.
head. That's the one I need.
Abyssal?
I'm the one that
Yes.
can teach you Infernal.
I already know
I
that
can-
one. I mean, he would have said Abyssal. I got the two mixed up because I constantly do.
Kind of teach. I know it. A little bit.
You know Abyssal?
He looks into camera
it's
like
less
it's The
of something
Office.
that I learned and more something I kind of just immediately kind of know and understand. So I can help, but I probably wouldn't be a great teacher.
Speaking of
Sorry.
that, without interference, what is your opinion on this, Isaac? Kurt seems to be neutral, but it sounds like
I don't
the
trust him.
intention was to get your friend killed?
There was a bounty on her
Yeah.
for leaving here.
For. Well, do you want to say exactly why?
She knew magic that was
Used to kill her mentor, right?
it was
That's
a
what you
very
said.
rare magic that her and her mentor knew. That was it. Her mentor was killed, and
Did she do
they
it?
assumed it was her.
She was adamant no, and I believe
Let's see.
her.
So he was the one who had the bound urn, related it to her.
Let's see.
So, I don't trust him.
He's a
but
vampire.
That too. But we can't. I can't really fault him for that.
Should we attempt to convince them to go to the Atrium first, then? It does not sound like...
If we don't meet him, I think he'll find us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's better off.
I think no matter what, we're gonna have. He is our best lead here for whatever's going on. Whatever reason why we're here, really.
I see. I also need to find something called... What is it? The chroma... I have it in my notes.
The followers of the
The
Chromopocalypse.
chromopocalypse.
Name. I swear.
Which I
Feels like a
assume-
metal band name.
I
from
know.
Apocalypse.
Seriously.
Which I assume is House...
Apocalypse.
Where's all my house? There they are. Okay, I was like, where did they all go? House Amos.
Okay.
Sorry, I was trying to like understand why you think it'd be that.
They're the ones that own all the churches.
I know that's exactly where I got it from, but I was still just like, wouldn't it be Dragonborn? Because Tiamat. But
No.
I understand now.
So. I don't. I would almost feel like no matter what, we're going to be having to talk to Isaac. It might not be a bad idea to
Get it over with. So
get
to
it
say.
over with. And if it's beneficial, then we have help. If it's not beneficial, if it hinders us, then we know what
I
to
am
expect.
simply concerned that we are walking into a trap.
I didn't get that feeling from him. I feel from what Kurt keeps saying. I like trust Kurt as much as
A
we can.
businessman, so to say.
That's what it seems like. The fact that he just let us kill his mother seems that he's not against.
If we can
Turning
forward
people.
him, then he doesn't really care what we do.
That's what it seems like.
I see.
So whether or not we trust him is secondary, almost.
All right.
I don't trust many people.
No. You learn not to.
Yeah.
Regardless, I think we should maybe keep a watch tonight. If they could find us in that other tavern, they may be able to find us in this one.
Yeah.
You think even under disguise?
They saw us.
So you guys.
That's true.
I was-
I'll keep first one. It's been a long
Okay.
journey. You
I-
guys need your rest.
I need an hour tomorrow morning to bring back Asphodel, so it'd probably be good if I take the morning.
Okay. Cardos will kind of just set up on the bed.
Okay. You guys head to sleep, and you guys can long rest.
And I write in my journal.
Oh, okay. What do you write in your journal?
I have a whole thing, but it's kind of a long one, so I'm going to summarize it a little bit. I say we
Still
arrived in
knowing
Kizé. I talk about how crazy this city is. It's so big and tall and has crazy stuff. I'm
I didn't know.
just a little overwhelmed at the size of this place.
Mhm.
And then she
Oh,
goes into the whole
no.
craziness that happened with
Do
Lamarcia's bounty and us
No.
having split.
Someone's pacing.
And I mentioned the Shadow Mask because that was the first time I've ever used it. I'm calling it Shadow Mask.
It's very cool.
That's about it.
All right, cool. You guys head to sleep, long rest, and wake up the next day.
Forgot how to long rest on here for a second. I was like,
So-
Jacob, I do have a question for you concerning this. This one says,
oof.
with each
Sorry, I know,
member.
right?
It says I need to do it with each member, but then says or in the.
These two are the or.
Okay. This one will never happen. I'm never gonna go at the same time as some of these.
Get good.
You gotta start adding your card to stuff. That's what I do as verb. I'm going.
I mean, I
God.
can't guarantee I'll go at the same time.
Nobody-
That's true.
They're gonna hear that and be like, Ferb?
Yeah, Ferb.
I talk
What?
about Ferb. I play
Okay,
Ferb
cool,
for
yeah.
videos and Ferb and D&D. Leave me alone. Jacob,
God.
so I think when we hit level 8, I was supposed to get another spell, or maybe a preview before that I was supposed to get another spell. Is Liquid Form one of your guys' Patreon stuff? Or is this maybe Logan? Because he's still technically in the
Has to be
campaign on
Logan.
D&D.
Yeah, that sounds like a
That one.
Logan spell.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like anything I've ever
I
written.
won't take it then.
Just turn into a puddle.
Yeah, you can turn people
Oh.
into liquid.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
It's gaseous form.
yeah.
Just liquid.
Ooze.
Get mopped up.
Just carry yourself in a
mopped.
bucket.
That's how we can get Lamarcia in. You just turn into water, put it in a bucket, and walk in.
You can. I think it might be.
We're cleaning.
Yeah, with
Put a
with
mop
clean,
in
with a
Lamarcia.
cleaning service.
Yeah, you can touch it on. You can do it yourself.
That's horrible. I hate it. Just the imagery. I don't like.
You can. Oh, you get a swimming speed, but if you're not in water, you're very slow.
And I do spend the spell slot an hour to bring Asphodel back. This
Okay, cool. You got your bird. You guys meet up again early in the morning. You guys have some breakfast and start your day. What are you guys doing?
Are we going to Isaac first?
We should probably. How long does your disguise silk?
An hour.
We'll do when we're out on the
Could use
streets.
their disguise kit to glow up Lamarcia.
She's already
Okay.
glowed up though.
I get a nice hair.
Transcends.
What does Lamarcia look like now?
Kurt.
Well, Kurt will ask Lamarcia, who do you want to be?
You can do whatever you want.
Fill it.
Your new name will be Leroy Thunderpants.
Right?
And Kurt will
Are
will
we
get you
supposed to-
a beard that is like heart shaped,
Okay.
and then we'll just like really do the eyebrows.
Right.
And then we will get you a wig. It'll be a Fabio wig,
All right.
nice and tousled.
It's a different color. than
Yeah,
her.
like black.
Black. Right.
Incredible.
And we'll just contour your face up.
All right.
All right.
And I have a set of like common clothes. She
Okay.
just put that on
All right. Cool. You do so.
with her armor. Oh wait, no, her armor is clothes. Shit, I'm still wearing the same thing.
Okay.
I'll put my common clothes shirt over.
So, do you look like a dude?
Yeah.
All
I look
right.
like
Your name is Leroy
Leroy
Thunderpants. Sounds
Thunderpants,
good.
yeah.
You guys head out into the city streets. You look out and you see the buildings, sun rising in the distance. You see not as many people are kind of up in the morning as there normally are, but there's still maybe a couple dozen people walking along the street on the bottom level of the city. And as you kind of wake up and step out, it smells pretty awful. Smells like people and street and sewage. And you look off in the distance and you see a couple of guards. They're in an alleyway, and they're like there are like people like watching. There's like two there's like a gnome, two humans, and a dwarf looking over as a couple of the bugbear guards go over and pull corpses out of the alleyway and then wrap them up and like put them onto a cart, and they load 2, 3, 4 bodies over onto this cart, and people are like watching, and there's like a couple of people are like crying, and then they're like taken off into the down the road.
Can Kurt rumor monger a little with some people and see what?
You want to start a rumor, or
No,
you
like
See
wanna
what
find out what
happened.
happened?
yeah.
You the most you kind of gather is that these were a couple of these people's friends. They were having a party the previous night. They left, never came back, and they found their bodies this morning.
And it was how many bodies?
4.
4?
What's with these larger cities and deaths in alleyways?
Did you say
Do you want the real answer?
Well, the last one was vampires.
It's easy to kill somebody in an alley.
It is
Okay,
a
well, yes,
secluded
but-
area.
but to kill 4 people in an alleyway? That seems like
That seems excessive.
if it was one person. If it was a group of people, I understand.
He's gonna start tracking for vampires.
Roll perception.
Did they say how they died?
With
No,
advantage?
they just found them
With
this morning
advantage,
in the alley.
perhaps?
Yeah.
Out partying though.
Let me.
Did we leave Stibbles Jr. in the
Oh, no.
inn?
No, he's with you.
28.
28. You look around the streets, you look down, you look up, you look around, just get a whiff on the air, and then you tune into that kind of magical feeling. No vampires.
I particularly use more for the alleyway because
Oh, the alleyway. No, there's nothing strange or like undeath in terms of that. You do catch another distant scent and feeling. Not that it's here. It's like
like the
it's
back
very,
of his neck.
It's like it's more like you've felt it ever since you've been in the city, and it's just kind of been like it's not at the front of your mind. It has been at the back. It has not been important. It is like, am I overthinking this, or is this something that's here? You're not really certain, but as you kind of tune in, you're like, no, that's definitely there. You can't find a source, and you can't find who could possibly be emitting this sort of sense. But the only thing you can gather is that it's slightly fiendish.
Is Payson around?
No, Payson left. They'll be back in a week for us. Or I guess whenever I say. But why?
I think there's something around. Demon, devil.
A mastiff walks up to you guys.
Oh, gross.
Doesn't have a collar. Just looks at you.
Get out of-
Oh.
Sits down.
Leave.
Well, hello there, dog.
Hold out his hand. You know how dogs do. Good boy. Good boy. He's like,
I'll
"Can I
pull
have
out some
jerky.
rations and kind of pull them onto the ground for him.
Like devours it, and like
Why are you doing?
runs off.
Why do you do such a good?
Which way does he
big dog?
run?
Just down the street.
I'm
And
gonna, I'm gonna see
He
where
takes
he's
off.
going.
Okay. You
Follow that
Carlos
dog.
is following a dog. Are you guys following
I
it?
guess
Yeah.
they're trying as best they
hi.
can.
Okay, you follow.
What?
Look, we got a brick.
Well, he got desperate.
Hi.
you go over-
Seriously.
We weren't good enough.
You guys follow dog down the street.
Jumped on me,
Kind of
right?
turns and it runs, and it kind of gets to like an alleyway. It turns down the alleyway. You run over towards the alleyway. It finds another dog, a smaller kind of like mangy-looking dog, and the dog's like, "Arr!" And it's like, "Arr, arr, brr, brr." And the two dogs kind of like bark at each other, and then they both run. Are you following them still?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, you
I
guys.
want to. Let's fucking follow this dog.
Somebody.
You
We're gonna get
you follow a
lost.
dog. It goes down an alleyway. It turns down another street. You go down. It goes over towards another corner. You guys turn the corner. You almost lose it. It turns down another street. It goes in a circle. Does this not go in a certain place? It stops in front of a tavern and it waits. And the both dogs are now barking now in front of like the tavern. You see Winifred come out and she goes, "Oh, you!" And she goes over and she gathers like some leftover food and gives them. They like eat the food and then they kind of and then they kind of take off down another street.
Worth it.
They don't seem to be following
They're just
anything
friendly.
specific.
Can I inside
Do
that
you-
dog?
Yes, roll
Oh
inside.
my god! I actually
I
made
thought
sure.
Well, animal handling.
maybe he felt
Animal
that
handling?
small
Yeah.
Billy fell down
See.
the well and he was running
Exactly,
to go
I was
help.
like,
That's what I
you
thought was
never
happening.
know.
I thought that maybe they found something.
Well, my animal handling and insight are the same thing. So,
Get
You gonna
that
lay down, buddy?
feeling from her.
well, 7.
7.
It's a very fiendish trait.
Maybe I should
It's a
keep going.
dog.
It's a dog. We're gonna
I'm
continue.
Just like Phelan's just like,
Just saying.
Are we
damn,
gonna
you're
keep-
right.
Are we gonna keep following random dogs through the city?
I don't think so.
I don't
It's
want to.
Weirdly distant.
All right.
I thought we were going to talk to
Yes. Sometimes dogs
to
help,
Dragon.
or we can go to
born.
Isaac, whichever works the best.
Well, we don't know how to find your Isaac friend, but we do know
We
how to get
just-
to these
Well, didn't
dragons.
you guys say that the
The
different
houses
houses?
are broken up into different areas of this,
Oh,
the city.
I was under the assumption that he would be in the top ring because
Well,
Oh,
maybe if
he
we.
may be.
Well, I would assume if we just say Isaac wants to see us, and there's some way.
At least he might.
Isaac
We can
learn
that
send
we're
him
here.
a message in another day's time once my
the raven?
raven has.
So then we're better off doing the atrium.
Okay. Or the people in Atrium could tell us where Isaac is when we're done.
Yeah.
Or at least where his house.
Buddy, you're like going where there's no place for you to sit.
And you wonder why we go, shoot.
Let's go there then.
Right. Where are you guys headed?
We head to
Headed
the
Atrium.
Atrium.
The atrium. You guys make your way towards the inner part of the city, kind of turn. You're near like the giant tree in the park that's over there, and as you do so, you run into a gnome individual who's sitting on the side of the street, and he steps in front of all of you. You can see he's like yelling to like people who are ignoring him. Comes over, he's like balding, and his eyes are almost like crusted shut. And he comes over and he's got a bunch of like jewelry, and he goes, "Hey! You want a fine necklace for a fine individual? You look very, very beautiful on you. 20 gold pieces just for this right here. You want it? You want this? Yes? Yeah, look at it.
Is it pretty?
Yeah, It's like a gold amulet with like a emerald kind of in the middle of it. It's surrounded by a gold ring, and he goes, handcrafted. Yes?
I'll give you 10.
10? Roll persuasion.
24.
24, he goes, all right, I'll cut you a deal.
I'll give him 2 gold.
You give him 10 gold, he gives it to you, and he leaves you alone.
Put it in my pocket.
Random encounter of street.
Street haggler.
You make your way
knows?
down the street over towards House just the side of the city. It's House Drix. It's a lot of the buildings here are much shorter, and you notice that there is more airships kind of moving in and out of this area as well. A lot of the buildings here are more like wooden based, and you also notice a lot more flying mages just kind of flying overhead. You at one point you walk into like the main street where it like goes down. There's like a couple of taverns. There's students kind of, you see like a group of students like, whoa, they're like walking around in robes. And they're like ogling the city. You see lots of Dragonborn. There's at one point a Dragonborn walks out of like a library, steps out. There's a Tensor's floating disc carrying maybe 30 books on a stack.
That's
And he's like
incredible.
walking out and he, excuse me, yes. And he kind of walks down through the street and across the way.
Someone actually found a use for that spell.
Isn't that pretty much the use is for like loot?
Yeah. Where are you guys headed? You guys make your way down the street over towards the Atrium,
Yeah.
which looks like this enormous coliseum built out of obsidian. As you make your way over and inside, there are stairways, there are elevators that go up to about 4 floors to what looks like laboratories, study halls, and like magical kind of like there's like a giant arena in the center where there are certain dragonborn humans who are like casting different spells that like change into different colors and explode at like targets. They're like, oh yeah, and they kind of like write down like notes that they had on it.
God, we're starting by nerds again.
You guys are in the atrium. Is where would you head?
Was there like a front desk?
Sure, there's a front desk. You head over. You see Dragonborn. Black Dragonborn man who looks up towards you and he just says, is there something you need?
I have a question for you, Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
Every Dragonborn you've named so far has been one of the... This metallic, right? Am I stupid?
Chromatic.
Mm-hmm.
Are there metallic
Yeah, there are.
dragons? Okay. Every single one is like blue, white, black. I'm like...
You know, just for the sake of that, this guy's brass now.
Okay.
You rub your eyes.
For the sake of variety.
Yeah. He says, can I do something for you?
We never got that man's name.
No,
we did.
but I
We did
was-
actually. We did.
We were...
Forgot. I just didn't write it down.
We did. I spoke to both Leviel and
Lovely.
Letrix. And they mentioned that this would be a good place to come, but for info on things, but did not really
Friends like, oh, bring
specify where to find them.
Do you have a meeting with one of them?
They invited.
The atrium is open to you. You want a laboratory, a room, a
I guess
place to study? You
technically
feel free.
I
Where
would
can
have
we
one
find
with
them?
Leviel.
Find them? Both of them are professors, so you'd have to make your way over to one of the academies.
One. Oh, that's right. How many schools are there?
Are,
Yeah, your
are the
friends.
academies here or they?
They're outside the atrium.
They're
Okay.
your friends,
Yeah. Well,
kind of. You're.
I guess Leviel.
New friends?
Which academy would Leviel be?
We want to avoid the scholar at all costs.
No, it's more that one of them said, "Yeah, go visit the atrium." The other one said, "Yeah."
He like
Find me in
turns
the
and he goes
atrium.
through like some
So,
papers
I'll
and
go
he
that
says,
one.
"They tell you to come here?
They did.
I mean, this is a place of study,
Like to meet
place of
people.
understanding. Yes. Feel free to walk around familiar." He kind of looks around and he says, "There's nobody around here right now. I could show you around if you'd like."
Sure.
All right. And he kind of stands up and he says, "Good to meet you. My name is Ruthel Crean.
Cardos.
Hmm.
Versus
And
everyone
the rest of
else.
you,
Phaedon.
Stephanie Duchamp.
Stephanie,
And my friend
Right.
Leroy.
Leroy."
That's me, yep.
Phelan.
Phelan?
Lilia.
Lelia?
Oh, boy.
Stibbles Jr. Stibbles Jr.
He is a
Does he not question the talking plant?
he's
Okay.
a he's
It's actually more normal than it should be.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
he's a
Okay.
magic
He
user.
leads you guys
Yeah,
around the
that's
atrium.
fair.
And he
He's a
shows
wizard.
Magic user in an already strange
That yep.
city.
Nope. That's fair.
He's like, I
That's
have
fair.
12 of
The
those.
atrium is this is the best way I could describe it to you guys. A gym, but for mages. It is a place to cast spells, study, put them in your spell book,
Kinda cool.
prepare your spells. There's a giant arena in the center where some people like duel. There are some people who can practice casting certain types of spells. They have golems in another room where they can cast enchantment spells. They have donated to science corpses that are used for necromancy. It is all different types of magic that you guys can practice here. He leads you in town the entire like
four guys from
Colosseum.
this morning get dumped here.
Oh.
It's for permission. They ask for permission, hopefully.
No, it's,
Well, you have
it's
to-
signed in their on their
Yeah.
driver's license.
One of them did. Yeah, they have to be a donor. And they, you guys are led around the entire atrium. It takes like an hour, and he says, "Well, there it is. I hope you can find this place useful for at least yourself." And of course, there is the library underneath, which is the basement level, where you can find a number of tomes and different books based on different types of study. You'll want to talk to Prenvik, who is the librarian down there. She knows everything that could possibly be in that dusty old place.
See. You said Pramvik.
Prenvik.
Okay, where am I going to put this info?
Tell Vincent about this
Note
place.
organization. Note organization.
Vincent's like, time to buy it. Buys
You say
another
the name one
school.
more time. I'm so sorry.
Prenvik.
Vincent just the city is now mine.
Acquires another
Praanviik.
Yeah.
Looks at
God, what if
Spencer.
he's-
And
somewhere
this guy
here.
was
I mean,
Ruthel Kryn.
Tivilus acquired
You can
him.
figure out how to spell that one.
Ruthel Kryn. What's what I'm looking for?
Brass.
possible.
No, that's not what I'm looking for. Although
Receptionist.
That's good to know. Receptionist.
Secretary, excuse you.
Sorry, yeah, secretary
Upstate?
of the atrium.
Ah.
Brass dragon. Okay, thank you. We want to see if maybe there's something on has he left?
He went behind his desk.
All right, but we're in a general like.
Mhm.
Do we want
Or
to?
like the opening archway that goes into the atrium.
Do we want to see if maybe there's something in this library about Isaac and his family? Maybe learn something
Yeah,
about
sure.
them.
I'm sure there's several things we can look up there.
We could all
Split up.
split up and
In order.
research different things. 'Cause we need to look up what Isaac. We need to look up the Purple Company.
It's true. I wouldn't mind knowing
Is there anything
more
else
about.
we need to?
Yes.
we need to
I have
research?
one that I will look at.
Okay.
Yes. Jacob,
Hmm.
I'm gonna go down there. And
Carter just books
if
it.
everyone else, everyone else I assume is following too.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask the. I'm not gonna ask her. I'm gonna ask. Number one, where if we go to the library, I assume at the is Pranvik at the front.
You go down into this library, and it is a circular underground. As you come down like the elevator, you get like you hit the ceiling, and it comes out, and it's just like this enormous circular like maze of library books. And there are places where you can like sit and study, where there's a couple of Dragonborn kind of walking around and doing so. And as you make your way down, there is like a front desk, and you see this very similar to you. She could be your mother, a golden Dragonborn with kind
My
of
mother
duller
should be
scales. Oof. And
Perdos is
and-
like 12 years from death.
Oh,
man.
yeah, that's
He's
true.
old.
But Phelan is like,
Yeah. She's got big old glasses on, and she looks up and she says, "Ah, welcome to the library."
Hello.
I think it's self-study.
Maybe.
Yep.
Jacob, does this have traditional library stuff where it's like there are places marking like this is
Oh,
this
thank
is
God.
this type of wizard magic? This is it. Is there anything on religion, and more specifically, the Chrome Apocalypse?
Yes. you make your way over to religious texts where there are way too many. And you're like, this people's pantheon. And you're like, this is just pantheons. You go along, you're just like...
Book on
Cult,
worshipping
cult.
And
devils?
you're like, these are small. Yeah,
Puts that back.
How to worship Zerial. Did
Why-
someone do that?
Wait, why is the Bussy Succubus in this section?
Religion.
And then you find
religion
10
section.
identical pamphlets that are like magazine sized, all say the chroma, and you like pull one out, and it's the Chrome Apocalypse, a beginner's study to the end of the world,
Oh.
and it has Tiamat on the front of it.
What?
Lovingly
Okay.
rendered.
You know, I should have figured that out way before now. Duh.
It's okay.
The chromatic dragon. Yeah, fucking stupid. Cool. I will visit and read. I will find an empty seat and read about this.
Okay,
Chromopocalypse.
so this book is it's a small pamphlet detailing the different signs from around the world that create a it basically goes like the number of the universe, 5. Whenever there have been powerful items in existence, there's always 5. And there are always omens that show when Tiamat is going to make her way back. And they document all the times that Tiamat has made her way to the material plane. And it's just a book of like far-flung like theories on when she could appear and where. And the most damning of evidence you find at the end is that there are a certain group of stars that align strangely that are an omen to her coming, and every time they've aligned, she's appeared somewhere on the material plane, and they are aligning again.
God.
Sorry, that was somebody.
Yeah, it's happened a few times and it's really loud.
It's
What?
just, it's
That's
freaked
you
me
reading
out.
your book.
Come on,
Oh.
you can do it. No,
When is this
you have to like look away.
pamphlet dated?
Oh.
Is this pamphlet dated?
You have to pretend to not notice.
Sorry if it's...
Yes, it was
Like, is it before the last
we-
time she showed up or after?
after, and it was written 6 months ago. And then you find like a couple of addresses on the back. One of which is an address in Kizé to the organization's headquarters. I found something.
What is the address to the organization's
I
headquarters?
am not telling you.
All right, it's 123 this street.
Yes.
This way.
1, 2, 3.
Level
For now.
level 10.
Jacob will tell me later.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what?
That's what I'm putting in my notes, so I remember that it's not actually. I mean, I'll know that it's not 123 this street, but so I remember that you'll
57B.
actually tell me.
It's on the northwestern side
Hang
of the
out with
city.
Grace.
Okay.
He's purring.
It's on the second level.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's more just so that I remember that you're supposed to tell me that.
Yeah.
Not that.
Oh, God. Don't be so grumpy.
Okay. What is everybody else doing in the library?
Prophecies.
Huh?
Prophecies.
Prophecies. Okay.
Hey, me too.
I don't like that.
I might help Phelan because that makes sense.
Cool.
Ignore
The
my
Raven Queen.
blast
Oh,
thing.
The Purple Company.
interesting. Everybody roll investigation. Phelan roll with advantage.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do I need to roll since I'm
Lord have
giving
mercy. Do not.
Just wanna check.
What?
I
Natch.
showed it my last.
Guys.
It's happening.
There's a prophecy that'll happen. It'll definitely happen.
What'd you get, Jordan?
Natch.
Oh, shit.
Did I use my card already?
I don't know. Did you?
No. As far as I know.
It's over
you
here.
did.
You've done that before.
Yeah. It's like in Sunder days. Just forget. 12.
Okay.
16.
Okay, so we're going to do, it's Craig's rule. We're going to do a Speak with Dead. As much as I would love to have thousands of books here on my laptop that I could have you guys read,
Okay.
instead what we'll do is you can ask me 3 questions about the subject that you're trying to find, and I will answer them to the best of my abilities. Kurt, you rolled a natural 20.
Mm-hmm.
What are your 3 questions?
Did the Purple Company have a presence here?
Okay.
Um,
All right, so I'll just answer that one. So you go over and you find like history texts and like it's more like documentation scrolls. If anything, they certainly did.
Where?
They belonged to no house. The Purple Company was simply a quiet group of individuals who procured magical items and occasionally sold them.
Are they here any longer?
No. This had to have been 2 years ago, the last time they were here. Or any mention of them is here in the city. You notice a lot of information about the Purple Company is blacked out.
Redacted.
And it is always signed at the end of the blacked out area. There's a stamp, and it's just a sigil, and the sigil on the outside just reads House Vilas. You find a book, and you're like, oh, information, and it's all redacted, and it's House Vilas.
Vilas?
Vilus.
The three of us in this corner are like, yep.
We're aware.
Right.
We know. We know, but hey.
The player's been new, the characters do not.
Like, would my character know this? Probably not, because you'd be like, I'm not telling you that.
That was 3, right?
You get one more.
Oh, one more. What was the circumstances of the Purple Companies no longer being here? Did they just fade away?
Can you not do that, please?
After the war started, it was a quick and sudden disappearance.
It's like a table.
And then a bunch of shit redacted by House Vilas. Lamarcia, what are your 3 questions?
So our bird friend
Yeah.
mentioned that a few people have returned from the Fortress of Memories.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any record of that here?
Oh, no.
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 Is there anything about the star elf Lycus in any of the books on her?
Yeah, there is a small biography of Lycus.
Okay.
He did not go by Lycus beforehand. He was remade a citizen in Kizé with his new name Lycus, which you find in some documentation scrolls, which you are surprised to find here in the library. But before then, he was a citizen of Kizé, and his name was...
Wait, can you explain that one more time?
Lycus's name was not always Lycus.
Yes. You
He
said
was-
he was remade a citizen here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
Lycus was is a star elf.
Right.
Their origin is unknown, and they are just a type of elf. They have no house here in Kinsova, but they were a long line of rulership in Kinsova, in Kizé, before it became a council, the All Council. Lycus was King Yerwin IV. He disappeared for 200 years, returned to the city, changed his status because his bloodline was no longer recognized as like a royalty bloodline, and became a citizen by the name of Lycus. That's the only information that's on him.
He was gone for 200 years?
200 years,
Nice.
which is not out of the ordinary. He was a star elf.
Yeah.
They can live
and
up to thousands of years.
Does it say when he returned?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
I just was checking old notes, and I've
Mhm.
noticed some things that I'm...
The poster board, the threads.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Me right now, I'm just like, why?
I noticed something earlier this game.
Ouch.
Please don't.
Okay.
We're all like noticing little bits and pieces here and there.
I've had questions about.
Those are the only 2 questions that I have right now. If I
'Kay.
come up with another one, I'll let you know.
So you didn't find anything on the Raven Queen. You just looked up records on citizens.
Yeah, but the questions surround the Raven.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
And
Not
Phelan.
not the likest.
Alright.
What are your 3 questions?
All right.
Ooh.
You okay,
Oof.
sir?
I'm okay.
I unmute my mic to
right,
go,
yeah.
ooh.
Okay. Right now I only have 2 myself. Maybe it'll lead to more. Way back in the day, learning about the Evenfall prophecy in particular, there was mention of a hag named Olga.
Yep.
I was going to see if there's any record of this hag.
Yeah, tons of record on this hag.
Damn it.
She is like a old celebrity. She
Oh,
is
boy.
like the equivalent, but she's the equivalent to like Michelangelo.
Yeah.
Old, really old, and nothing recent. Like her words are all over tons of old prophecies, and most of them came true. The Evenfall prophecy is one of many that she had spoken of.
She's like Nostradamus.
Yes, exactly.
Only true.
But nobody knows if she died or not. She just kind of disappeared, like not like she just disappeared off the face of the earth. She just became less and less prevalent, and either moved, doesn't live in Kizé anymore, or everybody forgot about her, and nobody knows about her whereabouts now.
Okay. Am I not dead? Question mark. And the other one would be I can't read my own writing of if it's a O or a U. It's a Shay Vosk or Vusk, one of those 2.
Hi, buddy.
Because they were the one that researched it, the Evenfall prophecy, the most. It looked like he was kind of like the head scholar almost, or whatever.
Yeah, give me a sec.
Yeah, cool.
Shay Vusk.
Thank you. Okay.
Shay Vusk currently lives in Kinsova, and knows. Yeah, that's what you were told. Shay Vusk wrote one of the books about the Evenfall prophecy and its possible connections. Though it may not be that there is a reclamation to this prophecy, and its only prophecy was to it. The existence of the prophecy was the downfall of the first King Yerwin, who like ruined his kingdom, and
Yeah.
it's almost thought that like that was its original purpose, was just to screw with him so that it could usher in the Kinsovan Dominion,
Okay.
and the All Council of Kizé. But that's all he wrote about it.
Okay.
Shay Vusk does not live in Kizé. That's all you know.
I have kind of a couple more questions now. You look for maybe anything more recent now, because even if it's been theorized that was dealing with the king, who I've now put 2 together, that there's a family and there's a house here called Yerwin.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. I want to ask so many more questions. What would be better? We asking this. He's probably like surrounded by books.
What are the questions? Like, what are your...
There's a house here named Yerwin.
Yes.
The king died, and the king's son, their family name is Yerwin. Would it be better to pursue something to do with them, or to follow just further down, looking into the prophecy? If they think the prophecy was completed, but now you and Philip have brought it back up.
Yes. I would imagine that we wouldn't get much more information on the prophecy itself if the prophecy actually hasn't been actually completed.
Supposedly.
Supposedly. I would say maybe follow that line more of the family. What
Okay.
happened with them, what they are. That's what I would suggest.
Yeah. Then he
I'll
would
help you with that.
he would do that. He would go switching over to Yerwin. How they went from kingdom to now they're just a prominent family, perhaps like a family house.
So yeah, House Yerwin is the descendants of the entirety of that house. Distant nephews, uncles, cousins, people who married into it. It once was the royal line, and now is just recognized as one of the founders of the city. And they are House Yerwin is handles everything else, basically. They do production, trade, citizenship, and all of the finer details of things like where people live, how anything that anybody else doesn't do, House Yerwin does.
Okay. I don't
Like
know.
a lot of the cities laws are written by House Yerwin. A lot of the courts are run by House Yerwin. While House Greshk is like the army, guard, scouts, and military, some of their orders sometimes come from House Yerwin.
Yeah.
So not that they rule the city, but they play a very important
Yes.
part in it.
He would probably then kind of further that to see if there's anything controversial about them.
Yeah. The very first King Yerwin was a tyrannical overlord who subjected many of his citizens
Oh.
to
Stuff
his
that we
rule.
Learned about.
Yes.
Knew about.
And he was real big on slavery.
Yeah. Just kinda-
So, yeah.
I was thinking more of like the family, the house now.
Oh, now?
Yeah.
Nah, there wouldn't be any dirt that you could find on them now.
This is very complex.
This whole thing seems to be complex.
And I would say that Phelan would also occasionally find some, not as much as Kurt, but occasionally there's a sentence, it's redacted, and it's stand with the House of Ilas. Like 2 or 3. That's about it.
Okay. That's kind of what I was looking for. It was like, he opens up a book and he's like, it's black.
Yeah, no. It wouldn't be like the entire thing. It would be like maybe a section.
Yeah. And that's what it'd be, I was trying to like fish for, so to speak, finding an answer, not
Why
an
is this
answer.
House Violus blacking those sections out?
Their purpose
Did
is
they
unknown
also
to
do-
everybody else. It must be in
Yes.
regards to information secret keeping, perhaps. They might be the ones dealing with things. Information gathering spies. I
Yeah.
don't know much about any of that. It just
It makes me
seems
question their motives even more.
if they censor things.
The puppet masters almost.
Okay. Maybe we should join up with everyone else.
Yeah.
Eyes hurt.
Spencer, did you have that last question?
I
Oh, yeah.
do.
Okay. Flips back.
Ah, that's how it's spelled.
Also, I'll make sure to put the pamphlet back away.
Put
You
it
mean you
back.
don't want another one?
There's
Why
like
do you-
20.
Why don't you add your
The
pamphlet?
one that I had wasn't that. The one that I had, I don't think had it.
Why don't you add to your teachings? You can add.
I could.
Does
I wanna
Lycus have
get
anything
run out
to
of this
do
town yet,
with
though.
the house that he was once a part of here today?
If he does, it's not written down.
Okay. She'll put all of her books back like a nice lady.
Like a good citizen.
But she's probably gonna rip part of the pages out about Lycus.
Like a bad citizen.
Like a
Like
bad
a-
citizen.
Like a bad citizen.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Is it good?
Let's
No?
give it a moment.
Oh.
Oh, looks like we're back.
Excellent connection.
Yep, we're back.
Son of a bitch. All right. Okay. Hi, everybody. You guys all meet up again in the library after putting all your books back and tearing out pages. What do you do?
My eyes hurt. I researched the EVENFALL prophecy, which I'm sure Kurt has explained everything that we know about,
Yeah.
which is
Decent amount.
actually not
Mhm.
a lot. And I keep looking, and
There doesn't seem to be a lot of good information.
Have you
on it.
tried finding the person that Philip or you heard it from?
Well, I just got it from my mentor, who left just a book with the prophecy in it.
Hmm.
Huh.
So
Do you have that book with you?
I pull out this giant tome. I've shown this before.
Yeah.
I've literally pulled it out before. I literally just like in a
So
bag.
she pulls out the book. You've read the book before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're like,
not-
oh, that's okay.
It's not like an important.
It's a copy. Yeah.
They have 3 copies of them right over there.
Exactly. You probably saw the same.
Been carrying that around with you the entire time.
Yes.
He's had to look for it in
Been
the
in my-
library, and he's just like,
Well, probably if you were looking for it, I was like,
This
okay.
one?
No, it's literally just a copy. It's just like a copy of the prophecy.
would you have ever dealt with Philip receiving a prophecy?
No. I haven't seen my brother in like 15
That's
years.
true.
Yeah.
It was just odd
10
because two
10
random
years, yeah.
people who'd never met having given something, it seems important. And then now we're being given supposedly fates, that our fates are... I don't know.
I found some information on that star elf,
Um,
Lycus.
Okay.
He's, I think he was the king here at one point, and then disappeared for 200 years and came back.
the king?
Yeah, King Yerwin the Fourth,
Well, if that's the case,
which is a house
Dis-
here.
if you disappear,
From what I-
urine.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, it's the same family then.
It's Yerwin. Okay, so the very beginning of the prophecy started with the first king being a tyrannical bastard.
Okay.
He was killed. The family line then devolved into the house.
Okay.
So the fact that this man went into hiding or
Well,
disappeared for 200 years.
I think that might have something to do with, weren't they all taken to the Fortress of Memories, or...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
And then he found a way out
Yeah.
recently,
I wonder if that's related just to the...
How recently?
2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
But I have... My father met with him 10 years ago.
In my research, the Purple Company dropped off the map 2 years ago. That seems interesting.
It's also when the war started.
Yeah. Something happened 2 years ago. Here.
Did you find anything about why they dropped off the map here?
What is the most interesting is what I did not find. The most interesting thing was that most of the information was redacted by House Violus.
A few of ours.
Not
came
too much.
And when I say
from
redacted, I
aliens.
mean mostly black. Just
Hmm.
We had a couple of sections that Phelan was looking through the books, but not as much. Sounds like
so something happened and someone covered it up.
past Phyllis.
2 years ago?
Yeah. Maybe. Or since then.
You
not
can't
going
get
outside.
into House Violence.
Why not?
They don't let anyone in. Only
Besides the ones that they allow.
only those that they allow themselves. No one gets in or out. It's walled off.
Stibbles Jr.
Ah, welcome.
One.
Did you find anything, Stibbles Jr.? That's fair.
Hmm.
That's
Oh, he's saying you are Phelan. We taught him some hand signals last night.
good
Yes.
job.
Oh, that means get down.
Why?
Just get down. He'll get very upset if you don't get down.
Just gonna like
Squat.
crouch down,
Stibbles Jr.
see eye to eye. It's
I
just
thought
like
that if he will be journeying with us, that he should know how to get down and how to move with people. So I taught.
Stibbles Jr.
I don't understand. This means I don't understand, by the way.
ah.
Did you teach him do you know what this one means?
I think he's.
He's learning. It's okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I think he's just confused.
Is that
Okay,
a
reset.
thieves' cant that we know?
You haven't seen this.
It's
Reset.
just him like,
You
This
don't
is a
understand.
Weird thing that's happening right now.
Okay. What don't you understand?
what we're saying?
I was gonna. No, I'm wondering if he doesn't understand what you don't understand. That you don't understand.
No?
No. Because that's a symbol for don't understand what you're saying.
Stibbles,
Mhm.
Junior, yes, you. You don't understand. Okay.
It was just watching me do this. It's really funny.
It's a child, a tree child. Yeah, you know, learning
You
sign
don't
language.
understand.
Kind of.
Reset. Stibbles, Junior. Okay.
Can Kurt make an
Stibbles
insight
Junior.
check?
Yeah, roll
Yeah.
insight.
Can I?
You can roll insight as well.
What does he want?
Same.
19.
He's trying to say Stibbles Jr. understands.
Oh, okay.
What do you understand,
Stibbles Jr.
Yes, you do
Stibbles
understand.
Jr.
You understand what Lamarcia is saying.
Stibbles Jr.
What all
You're
of us
gonna
are
boy
saying.
all-
Stibbles Jr.
You think it all connects, right?
No.
I just think he
Are
means
you-
he understands that.
I just think
He
he...
understands.
Stibbles
our
Jr.
language.
Okay.
So we can.
Stibbles
talk
Jr.
normal.
Stibbles Jr. Stibbles Jr. Stibbles Jr. Stibbles Jr. Stibbles Jr. Stibbles Jr.
Okay, you understand what we are saying when we speak.
Stibbles Jr.
Kurt,
Stibbles Jr. Stibbles Jr. Stibbles Jr. Stibbles Jr.
Okay, yeah.
Stibbles Jr. Stibbles Jr. Stibbles Jr. Stibbles Jr.
Kurt
Yes.
offers the thieves can't sign for understanding. Stibbles Jr. understand.
Isn't that bed?
Well, I mean, that's not the actual
This is
one. I
bad.
don't
Yeah.
speak
This is bad. This
sign
is
language,
understand.
but I'm
We're
just,
making
you
it
know,
up.
whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Stibbles Jr. Stibbles Jr. Stibbles Jr.
You understand me?
Stibbles Jr.
To get down. Yes. But I don't understand when you speak. Yes. I'm sorry, that must be frustrating.
Stibbles Jr.
Okay.
Stibbles Jr. Stibbles Jr. Stibbles Jr. Stibbles.
You understood Stibbles when he spoke?
Stibbles.
Yeah.
Did
'Cause he-
Did
he-
he understand you?
Stibbles.
Yeah.
He had magic. He would
That
talk
we
to
don't
trees,
have.
wouldn't he?
Yeah.
You don't know. I don't know why he looks to Kurt.
Like-
There we go.
Stibbles.
She'll pat him.
Yeah.
Would you like a hug? My father.
He hugs you like.
Oh, good lad.
I don't like any of this. I don't like how any of this is connected.
So,
I especially don't like it here.
maybe your vampire friend can get us in with these, Vilas people?
Maybe,
Yes.
if he has
If
a
they're,
connection to
you know,
them.
Vampires a little shady. This Vilas house seems very shady.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like most of the houses don't even know what Vilas does. We're just assuming what they do.
Sound like spies.
Oh, great. I'm glad we had the same thought.
It's like that.
Like a house of
What-
thieves.
I was
And
gonna say it's what that one
assassins.
novel, Bond of James.
Mm.
If
I'm
it's
not-
canon in Avnia,
I'm
it's
not-
gonna be canon.
I'm
in
not
Evenfall.
familiar.
Spencer, can you scoot in a little bit?
I don't know what you're
Yeah,
talking
I
about.
got my tiny son in my lap though.
Tiny.
My dad would read it all
There
the
you go.
time.
You're good.
Tiny.
He large, but
He
he's small to
large.
me.
Small of heart. Small of brain. There we go.
Yeah. Big of heart. Big love.
And just big. Big of big.
Yeah.
So we have to wait a full day.
Yes. What
Yes.
else could we get
Yeah.
up to here in Kizé? Probably some
Hiding?
fun.
Could
I
we?
mean, I guess I'm-
downtime.
Some-
Oh.
Sorry.
This glue they used to put his beard on kind of itches. Is it supposed to do that?
Yes, we suffer for our art.
All right. Can my next disguise not have a beard?
At least stroke it.
Yeah,
So,
it was helping for a
you
while,
ready
but
for-
it's making it itch more.
You ready for
See what
my
we can
routine?
do.
What's your?
So are we gonna do some downtime?
I don't know. That was just a suggestion.
What?
Well, we
So
gotta
for the-
wait a day.
For the
Yeah.
last 5 minutes, the Twitch stream hasn't had audio, but it has. Like, for some reason, some people haven't had audio. Someone just told me that our voices are higher pitched on their side. And then there's other people that are like, no, it's completely normal. And I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
Okay.
But YouTube is just completely fine. So,
go to the YouTube.
if you're on
Yeah.
Twitch, you totally can't hear us right now, but you can go to YouTube.
Subtitles?
Apparently,
Can
I
you
don't
type
know.
it in the
Hey,
chat?
it's like us
I
with
told
Stibbles
them.
Jr. You know how we feel.
Right, so you guys head out of the atrium. You make your way down the street, and back over towards like the center kind of apex of the city with the tree in the very center in the park.
Big ass tree.
Yep. And as you guys are walking out, you everybody roll a dex save.
Uh-oh.
Fuck.
What?
Oh,
There's a bomb.
you all explode and die. Haha.
Oh, thank God.
Is,
Looks like the Chrome Apocalypse wins again.
From Apocalypse 1, Evenfall Party 0.
I'll use my
Uh-oh.
card.
Oh, you have Stibbles on your
I'll
card.
use my
That's
card.
10.
Does Stibbles Jr. have to
Out of
make the
5.
save?
Someone's carrying him.
21.
21,
Got an 18.
18,
18.
18,
23.
23, 10. Phelan, an apple comes flying at you and you catch it. You have an apple in your hand. And you hear a voice that says, "It's good to see you again."
Oh.
And you turn to the side and you see one Isaac Galkin
Phelan doesn't
standing
turn
on a
around
corner
for a
side.
second. He's just like,
Yeah.
It wasn't
Sitting,
a rough shot.
standing up against a corner, throwing an apple kind of up and down in his hand, and he takes a bite out of the apple with his very clearly vampiric teeth and chews it.
we didn't have to wait a day. He's here.
What have you been up to?
Just getting settled in, nearly getting arrested.
Nearly getting killed.
It's been a good time.
Yeah.
Nearly getting killed.
Are you looking for, Elisar?
He's
Well, we found him and put him in the ground. But we understand that perhaps there is another lab here somewhere in the city.
He walks over towards you and he says, "We should meet. I have some, proof that he may be alive." And that is where we're going to end tonight's game.
Oh. Damn.
That
Sheesh.
fucker.
Thank you everybody for joining
Yeah.
us for tonight's game. Sorry for the really buggy mess that was this stream.
It
Hopefully
could've
we
been
have
worse.
it next time.
Could've been worse.
But
Could've
we
been
will
worse.
not
Could've
be
been worse.
playing tomorrow, and probably not for the next couple of Saturdays. So yeah,
I'll probably end up streaming something on Saturday. And maybe trying to drag you
Yeah,
guys.
How did
into
I?
it.
Yeah, maybe
I
if I
dropped
have
that
time.
No,
again.
no D&D.
Be
shit.
a,
yeah.
I felt
Um,
it.
Oh, okay.
So leave us 5 stars on Yelp, and we will see you guys next time here on Arcane Arcade. Is this the end of the stream? Possibly. Is it that time again?
No.
Closing time. I know who I wanna take me home.
Colton, just end it.
I
think
know
Jacob- it's up to
who
him.
I wanna
He has
take
all the
me
power.
home.
He
I
has the scene
know
switcher.
who
He has the
I
scene
wanna
switcher.
Take me home. Take me home.
All right, Andy,
Take me.
take him out.
All right.